What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. I want to talk about the grueling journey that is breastfeeding. Everybody tells you when you have a baby that you should just know what to do and you just get it. The baby comes out knowing what to do and it's just so simple, natural, and easy. And that is so far from the truth. Just like anything else, breastfeeding takes some time to get the hang of. So I want to share with you the few things that have helped me this time around. With my first daughter, I breastfed, I think, for about 6 weeks, and during that time, right from the hospital, I was supplementing. So my supply kind of just diminished very quickly. But this time around, I'm 2 months postpartum and I've been exclusively breastfeeding. My daughter has not had a drop of formula and I'm super, super proud of myself for sticking with it. I am all for formula feeding. I'm all for breastfeeding. However you want to do it, you are the mom and you take care of your baby. Good for you. But as far as breastfeeding goes, like I said, it's hard to get the hang of. So the first things I want to share are the intangible things. First of all, perseverance. Very, very important to stick with it. If you are really interested in breastfeeding, you're gonna have to really stick to it and say, I gotta keep going. Because there will be days where you get it and days where it just is hard. So persevering and sticking with it is so, so, so super important. The next thing is the latch. It's really, really important to get a good latch for your baby. You want to have a nice deep latch where your whole areola and nipple is in your baby's mouth, like way deep in their mouth, because otherwise it will pinch your nipple and it will hurt. They won't get enough milk. They can start getting fussy, you get frustrated, and then it just spirals out of control. So a good latch is key. So when you first are starting to latch your baby, if you feel it's off, if it kind of hurts or pinches, take them off and start again. In the hospital, I was latching her 5 or 6 times before I actually let her eat, just to make sure that we had a good latch. Plus, all that in and out, every back and forth all the time is good practice for her too. Another thing that I think is really important is to set up a nursing station. So for me, I invested in a really nice reclining rocking chair. When I get up to feed her at night, I just get in that chair, get it comfortable, situated, get her latched, and then I just kind of kick back and close my eyes until she's done eating. And I think that has really, really helped me to stick with it, because that's kind of just like my chair. That's like my station. That's where I go when I feed her in my house. Next to my chair, I have kind of like the corner of my desk, and on that I have a big old glass of water, because water is really important. You want to stay hydrated. And then I also have like a basket of breastfeeding pad or nursing pads and LANOLIN, all kinds of stuff, just anything that I would need while I'm breastfeeding. Because when you sit down to breastfeed, you're there until your baby is done eating, and that could be like 30-45 minutes. So set up a station in your house, or a couple stations in your house, where you're comfortable, it's quiet, it's cool, it's a good area for you and your baby to just really bond and nurse together. Going with staying comfortable is my BOPPY pillow. I got this at Target. It was, I think it was like $56 or something crazy like that. I don't know. But usually it's gifted at baby showers. So, but yeah, BOPPY pillows are really nice because they give you support for your arms when you're trying to nurse. And also it's good for my daughter when she likes to hold, my 3-year-old, when she likes to hold the baby. It gives her support to hold the baby too. So BOPPY pillows are awesome for just beginning nursing. I like to call them the nursing training wheels, but also they're comfortable anyway. You can just rest there and have the baby there and fall asleep if you need to. The next thing that I recommend getting are nipple shields, and these are the LANOLIN brand. I actually have not used these this time, but I did use them with my first daughter. They help to get the latch if you're struggling, and they also just protect your skin for when you have those sore nipples in the very, very beginning, because it does get sore and chapped and bleeding and ugh. But nipple shields are really, really important. I think they're underrated, but they're awesome. Another thing to get is LANOLIN. I actually only used, I got the little trial packs at the hospital. This is what it looks like, the Medela kind. I also stocked up on Lancino brand, but I didn't even use it. I seriously got this at the hospital and I used half of it because I was really, really diligent about the latch. I really actually wasn't that sore in the beginning. But LANOLIN is a good idea for sore nipples in the beginning. I also have heard another brand, I cannot for the life of me remember what it is, but I'll put a picture right here of what it looks like. that brand that I've heard a lot about, a lot of good things. But nipple cream, nipple butter, whatever you want to call it, get some. The next thing is kind of like a duh, is a breast pump. I have the LANOLIN Smart Pump. So far, it's been awesome for me. I think maybe in the beginning it wasn't working as well because when your milk comes in, I was super engorged, and it just wasn't doing the trick for me. So I kind of laid off pumping for a little bit, but now that I'm gonna go back to school and back to work, I have to start building a supply. So my breast pump has really come in handy as I start to kind of learn how to build up my supply and everything. You might need a breast pump just even for the beginning, because when you get when your milk first comes in, you get super engorged, and your body will gauge and figure out how much milk you actually need, but it hurts. And to kind of relieve some of that pressure, it's really good to pump and get some of that out. But ultimately, when you get engorged, the best thing is hot showers and massage, and just feed your baby, because there's nothing that's gonna empty you out. Kind of sounds funky, but there's nothing that's gonna really get the milk out than just feeding your baby, because the baby knows what to do and knows how to get it out. Even for me, the pump didn't really do much. It was just feeding Amaya that helped me feel better. For leakage, I use these little breast pads. These are, I think, the LANOLIN brand. I love the LANOLIN brand. These are the disposable ones. I also do have the Bamboobies reusable ones, but I don't like the reusable ones just because you have to constantly wash them, and they also don't stick to your bra. So these, I'll show you, I'll open one. They just come in this little package, and then they just look like this. They unfold, they're little circles, and then they have little sticky tabs on the back, like a panty liner, and they stick to your bra. And I like that because they don't move around. You can like unclip your bra and everything, and they don't move around, and you're good to go. So I just use the reusable nursing pads. Get a good nursing bra. They're nice. It's good to have a nursing bra that just unclips. Also, another thing to have are good outfits to nurse in. I'm gonna do a separate video for breastfeeding outfits, but you don't have to go out and like invest in super expensive nursing tops. Those are awesome, and a couple of them probably wouldn't hurt, but things like this where you can just pull it down, or wear like a tank top underneath your shirt so you can just pull things up and out and whatever, but make sure that you're just comfortable. It's good to be comfortable and functional and just simple. Now my last thing is kind of for nursing in public. I am still getting the hang of this. I'm kind of nervous about it, but there are all these gadgets and cover-ups and clips and hooks and all kinds of things out there that for me, it just stresses me out. I have anxiety about it anyway. I'm in public and she starts crying and I start sweating. I'm like, oh no, I have to feed her. Someone's gonna see my boob. What do I do? Without investing in a bunch of cover-ups and whatever, they may be great, I don't know. But I have just been using my little, what is this called? Muslin blanket, swaddle blanket. They're squares, so I fold it into a little triangle. And then, oop, that lighting is crazy. And then I take the corners of the triangle and tie it around my neck and kind of leave a little area so it's open so you can kind of see. And then I just slide her head in this way and get her latched, and then we're covered up. And there you go. And for me personally, I just like to cover up just for like modesty reasons. You don't have to cover up if you don't want to, but if you are interested in covering up in public, just use a swaddle blanket and wrap it around your neck. And practice makes perfect for these. Practice, practice, practice. Do it at home, go sit out front in your lawn so that you're like outside, whatever, but just practice getting them latched and breastfeeding with your cover before you go out in public so that you are comfortable with it. So these things are kind of like duh things. You hear all about all of these items all the time, I'm sure. This just is to target new moms or someone who is struggling with breastfeeding or just started breastfeeding and needs to know what to get. I hope this helped you. Thanks for watching my Mommy Monday video, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.